such a joy being led into your homes and having you practice so consistently. You guys, this 10:30 class has been the most consistent and just really like showing up and, you know, really has given me so much, like gets me out of bed in the morning. So thank you. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Monica, Fran, Barbara, Pam, just Kathy. Just thank you all. Mac, I love having you all here. Reed, Cheryl, it's so good to have you back. You're sideways though today.
I don't know why.
But I
yeah, something's going on with my phone this morning. I don't know what it is. I put it up that way. I don't think it'll. No, it doesn't work at all.
oh, I see.
Okay, I fixed it for a second. There we go.
However, there you are. Now I see. I teach a class to an elementary school, and there was a little boy the other day that figured out how to make himself upside down. So he was upside down the whole class. And all he did was play with his upside down shape. I thought that was probably really good for his brain, you know, to be like, it was fun. The teacher's like, I'm so sorry afterwards. I said, it was fine. It made me laugh. And, you know, I didn't want everyone to do it, but it was fun for me to watch. I thought if I was like, oh, you're upside down, I thought everyone would suddenly go upside down, and I didn't want that to happen. All right. It's 10:30. So before we begin, are there any questions? I know we just talked a little bit, but any questions about the newsletter, or if you didn't receive it, or you've been hearing rumors? You want me to talk to it, or are we just ready for yoga?
Well, I wouldn't mind hearing it because I didn't hear what happened.
Oh, did you receive the email?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, with the decision, like why the decision happened?
No, I don't know.
Oh yeah, it was just, you know, financially and everything. It's just, you know, it just doesn't work, you know, to have employees. And I'm trying to get out of my lease, but I have 6 more months. I have a big overhead and I have employees, and it just isn't working. And so rather than continuing to deplete from my own accounts, I decided I can't afford to do that. And I just need to restructure and regroup, and also like really offer the teachers a chance to go and do their own thing if they wanted to and needed to. And really my clarity is like, you know, I don't have any ownership of any like email lists or anything like that. Like it's, you know, the members are all belonging to all of the teachers, and there's just a nice opportunity here to kind of go beyond the walls. And so it was like, and also some self-preservation to happen too. So I'm in the process of figuring out, what am I going to do with my life, and still be able to teach yoga and still make it work, you know, because the model of the studio, it just isn't there. And instead of holding on to something that I don't know when will come back and be in suffering, I decided just to let go. So that's really all that happened. And but I do still, you know, really want to keep teaching, and so I will put a schedule together. And my plan, the question was days. So my plan is Tuesday, Thursday, 10:30 to keep this same class going at this time. And Tuesday, Thursdays are what work best for me, and then it can free up some other of my time to do other things and figure out that. I am starting a new career as a doula, and I have attended my first birth a few weeks ago, and so I'm looking to build that, which is really exciting.
Doing what?
As a doula, to work in labor and delivery with moms.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I want to sign up for that. So if you know anyone pregnant looking for doulas, starting a new career. So anyway, that's where I'm coming from. But if you have any questions, I'm happy to talk about it. And Elizabeth is going to continue 10:30 also every other day that I'm not. And, you know, financially too, like I teach out of love. Like it's never really been about like, you know, but I also have to survive, right? I'm a single mom and have to figure out how to do that with my kids. So there's that. My whole life out here for all of you. All right, let's do some yoga. But I love teaching, and I still want to stay connected to that too. So, all right, I'm hitting mute. Let's start today in child's pose. Come into child's pose. So you have an opportunity to put your head down, soak all that in, whatever just happened. And you know what I also really see like is, you know, the people around me that are taking big risks and challenges, and even those that aren't, that are just kind of moving through their life, like we get our lives through others. We watch others, we get inspired. We watch others, we get motivated, right? We get ourselves and our lives through other people sharing theirs. And so, you know, whatever just I shared and however that's landing for you or whatever it's touching for you, like just take all that in and take a deep breath. And I know, you know, change is challenging and transitions can be difficult, and they can also be like a place to get unstuck and to free things up. And really what I want to say to each of you that have been showing up so consistently to your mat is your mat is still there for you. And the teacher really is inside of you. My words just helped you remember something or shine a light on something for yourself, but really know that you can unroll your mat anytime and move your body in ways that it craves. And you have that capability, and I'll still be here guiding you, and there might be other teachers that step in to guide. But really, the biggest teacher of all is inside of you. Begin to come up onto your hands and knees and come into cow and cat. Move through a few rounds, just awakening your spine, the connection of your hands and your legs to the earth. Be intentional in creating the foundation here. So check in, you know, your index fingers aiming forward. Are your hands even? Are they right underneath the shoulders? Are they somewhere else? What feels best in your body with where your knees are? How you're holding your feet, sometimes toes tucked or pointed or pressing, you know, all of that makes a difference. And then come to flat back, come to neutral. Take your hands forward, one hand length. So get a little bit longer. Press your hips forward so you're in a plank position, a kneeling plank position. Pull the pit of the belly in, just bringing the weight into your hands. Take a full breath in. And as you breathe out, you'll bend your elbows and lower yourself to the mat. Try and get your chest and hips to land about the same time. Good job. And then slide up into cobra. And you can take your hands wider if you want, or I like fingertips sometimes, or hands in is fine. And you'll lower down and do that 3 more times. Just coming up and down into cobra. And you want the legs strong. So the legs like straight, legs straight. Yeah, or staying in cat-cow is fine too if getting to the mat doesn't feel good today. Nice read. And then you'll press yourself back to either child's pose or downward dog. So you can choose child's pose or downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Breathe out. And then we'll do that again. You'll come forward to hands and knees or high plank. Hands about 1 hand length forward and then lower down slow. Yes, nice, Jenny. And then 3 cobras, or you can hold one, or sphinx pose is fine too, or moving through cow and cat's fine too. Just warming up the body slow. So you're not going to the highest right now. It's just kind of moving in, moving out. Good, Fran. Pull the shoulders to the back. And then you'll press back to either child's pose or downward facing dog. And breathe. Take 3 breaths. And I like 3s. So we'll do that 1 more time. Come forward to tabletop or high plank. Lower slow. You can drop the knees first, bend the elbows. Good, Monica. And then 3 or 4 cobras just coming up and down, or you can come up and hold. Notice the elbows want to really roll out. You can, kind of pull them in or stack the elbows over the wrists, pulling the shoulders back, stretching the abdomen, and then press back to downward dog or child's pose, or puppy pose is fine too. And breathe right here. Yeah, good. Nice, Mac. And then you'll look forward and step your feet to your hands or walk up to ragdoll at the front of your mat. The feet about hip width distance apart. Good, Fran. Bend the knees. Nice, Carol. You can shake your head. Yes and no. Good, Debbie. Maybe shift your weight front to back. Yeah, you just really want to get your feet. And when you get something, it's like that. It's like the mental knowledge of them, like see your feet, spread the toes, and then really feel the bones of your feet on the ground, getting grounded and rooted here. And then you'll release your hands and you're going to bring your thumbs to the creases of the hips. So they come to the front, yeah, the creases of the hips, and you kind of lift up right there. Just like imagine, like keep the thumbs there, but lift the hips up. Like press the creases up higher to really lengthen the back of the legs and back of the body. And then from there, you'll bend the knees slightly, look forward, and come all the way up to stand. Good, and then extended mountain. Reach up. And bring your hands together and draw them down to your heart. Let's take one Om, and you're welcome to listen too if you want. Breathe in. Open your eyes. Inhale, reach up and look up. Exhale, forward fold, bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back and set your right knee down. You can bring your knee onto a blanket or a pad if you want. Then you can bring your hands up to your left thigh, or you can take your arms to the sky. That feels good today. Sometimes I like to roll my wrists in some circles. Maybe you hook your thumbs above you and spread the fingers wide, straighten the elbows, reach up. Bring your hands back down to the mat. You'll step it back, high plank or kneeling. And lower slowly. You can go all the way down or halfway down, chaturanga. To upward dog or cobra or moving through cow and cat. And then downward facing dog. You'll press your hips up and back. Or child's pose. Lift your right leg to the sky. Breathe in. It can be from hands and knees. Step or help your right foot to your right thumb. Set the left knee down carefully. And then low lunge. So you can bring your hands to the front thigh or arms to the sky. Maybe make fists and roll the wrists around. Maybe hook your thumbs or press the palms together and reach up. Go up and back. Yes, bring your hands down to frame the front foot. You'll step forward this time. The back foot comes to meet the front. Halfway lift. Forward fold, bow. Inhale, rise up and reach up. Draw your hands to heart center and then arms down, Tadasana. Just returning to Tadasana. Do that again. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale your left foot back first this time. Left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Your hands can be on the thigh, cactus, or extend. Bring your hands back down to the mat. Now step it back, high plank or tabletop. Lower slow. Upward facing dog or cobra. Heart open. Downward facing dog, press it back. Or child's pose or puppy pose. Stretch your left leg up and back, inhale. And step it forward. Low lunge, set the back knee down and up you come. Yeah, good, arms of your choice, nice job. Notice the placement of the head, drawing the jawbone back, tailbone down, belly in. Take one more breath. Bring your hands back down and you'll step forward. The right foot comes to meet the left. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain, reach up. And draw your hands to heart center, arms down by your side. Do that whole thing again. Extended mountain, reach up, look up. Forward fold, bow. Halfway lift. Step your right foot back, set the right knee down. Inhale, reach up. Stay here, breathe. One more breath in, a little emphasis, stretch higher. Exhale, hands to the mat, high plank, low plank, upward dog or cobra, downward facing dog, or child's pose or puppy pose. Lift your right leg up and back, inhale. Step forward, exhale. Set the back knee down, reach up, or hands could be down, or blocks are fine too. Give that little pull of your feet towards each other. Right foot pulls back, left knee comes forward. Lengthen the sides of the body, pull the shoulders straight back, nice read. Hands to the mat, and you'll step forward, left foot meets the right. Halfway lift, inhale. Bow forward. Root down, rise up, inhale, extended mountain. Bring your hands to your heart and Tadasana. Extended mountain, reach up, look up, press your feet deeper. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale your left foot back first, left knee down. Inhale, low lunge, Anjaneyasana, heart open, hips open. Bring your hands to the mat and through your flow, high plank to low or knees, chest and chin to the floor. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog or child's pose or puppy pose. Inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale it forward. Last one, low lunge. Pull the front foot back, back foot forward. Lengthen the sides of the body, shoulders back, and the inner shoulder soft. Good, Monica. Take one more breath. Bring your hands down and you'll step forward. Right foot meets the left. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain, press down, reach up. Bring your hands to your heart and Tadasana. Good. From the front of your mat, you'll step your left foot back and turn your feet to parallel. Work into a few warrior poses here. So turn your right toes to the front and then bend your right knee and come into warrior two. You can open the arms, pulling the shoulders back, jawbone back. Yeah, you can bend and straighten that right leg a few times if that feels better in your body. Kind of play with it sometimes when I feel a little stuck or tug of war. Yeah, I like to move that torso side to side. Then squeeze the shoulder blades together onto the back body. Good, and then straighten the right leg, relax the arms, and you'll switch. Turn the right toes in, turn the left toes out, and warrior two. Bend the left knee, float the arms up. Sit a little deeper. I like to make sure that my toes are wiggleable, so I'm not over gripping. Spread them wider, pull the shoulders straight back, jawbone back. And then go ahead and straighten the left leg, relax the arms. Turn the left toes in, turn the right toes out. Now square yourself towards the right foot. So legs stay the same, just square your torso towards the right foot, bend the right knee and reach up, warrior one. So it might be a wider stance than you're used to, and that's okay. You're gonna feel that big stretch through the left leg, strengthen the right. Yeah, good, Cheryl. You can bend the arms like cactus if that feels good here, or hook the thumbs like we were doing before. Then go ahead and straighten the right leg. Turn the feet to parallel, arms down, and then we'll switch. Turn the left toes to the back. Square yourself towards the back of the mat, and then bend the left knee. Right leg stays really straight, anchored and grounded, and then sweep the arms up. Warrior one. Finding the depth that feels good to you, where you're stepping up to some edge, that little bit of challenge. It takes courage and breath and patience and love. Sit deeper, reach higher. Straighten your left leg, relax the arms, turn the feet to parallel. Good, and then turn the right toes to the right again. And then this time you're gonna lift the left heel, so pivot to the right. Now listen carefully, this is called warrior three. From here, you reach either the arms overhead, come forward and float the left leg, or the arms come back like airplane. Airplane or warrior three, arms in front. You look straight down. Breathe here. Balancing, yes, for three. Hands can be on blocks, that's fine. Two, or at a wall. Good, now you're gonna step it back and pivot, feet to parallel, left toes to the back, lift the right heel, so now we're facing the left leg. Or you can just switch at the front of the mat if you prefer. And then you lean forward and you push off the right leg, coming into warrior three. And you really have to find the firmness through the legs. The balance comes from like the gaze and the organization of pulling into your center line and breathing. And then bend the left knee, step it back, turn your feet to parallel. Bring your hands to your hips, lift up into your chest. Wide leg forward fold, bow forward. Your hands can come to the floor and shake your head, yes and no. And bend your knees a little bit, move your hips side to side. Walk your arms out in front of you here in your forward fold. Then you're going to take the right hand to the left ankle. So you look up under the right arm. You give a little twist. Oh, sorry, you look up under the left arm. That's it, good. Then you'll switch, extend both arms out in front. Take the left hand to the right ankle and look up under the right arm. Extend both arms straight out in front. Take a breath, pulling the hips back, melting between the shoulder blades. Then walk the hands back in underneath you, and you'll bring your hands to your hips and come up to stand. And then you'll turn the right toes back to the front of the mat and step back into Tadasana, mountain pose. Good, you can bring your feet wide apart and then either take a little twist side to side, or you can take a few big back strokes with the arms, whichever one feels better here. Good. And then you can bring your feet back together. So we're going to come into eagle, which is a variation really on chair. So start by bending the knees. So you take the hips down, then take the arms out and swing the right elbow under the left. And then you can stay there, both feet on the floor like chair, or right leg will come up and over the left. Coming into eagle. See if you can find the sense of cinching in through the waist and like lifting from the floor of the pelvis up. So there's this like bandha, it's this energetic lock at your core, at your center. And then Tadasana, just come back to stand. Good, big toes touch, bend the knees, sit into chair, swing the arms out, and then left arm goes underneath the right. You can stay there with the lower body or left leg will come up and over the right. Hold and breathe. Steady gaze, steady breath, pulling the shoulders back, but elbows go up. And then Tadasana, mountain pose. We're going to do that again. So bend the knees, swing the arms out, and then right arm under and right leg over, eagle. Tadasana, feet down, arms down. Good, bend the knees, swing the arms out and take the left arm under. Nice, Fran, good, Carol, left leg over. Nice job, AJ. Good, Cheryl. Tadasana, coming back to balance. Bring your feet to about hip width here, a little wider. You take your arms out in front of you and you're just gonna rise up to the tiptoes. We're gonna go up and down 5 times. Up and down, yeah, 4, 3, 2. On the last one, stay there on the toes and hold for 5, 4, 3. Try and spread the toes out on the mat, 2, and 1. Lower the heels, float the arms down, take a couple shoulder circles. Yeah, or twist, side to side, good job. And then dancer, if you want to come to a wall for this, you can face a wall. You'll bring your left hand to the wall or left arm to the sky. And then bend the right knee and catch the right foot from behind. You'll squeeze the knees towards each other so the hips stay square. And then you slide the thigh back, keeping the knee in line with the pelvis, knee in line with the hip. Very good. Pull both shoulders back. Little emphasis, maybe kick the foot into the hand, another inch reached. And then you'll come up and carefully switch. Get the right arm up, bend the left knee, catch the foot. Find your center line. And then kick the foot into the hand. So the knee likes to go out to the left. Try and keep the knee in line with the hip. Stays more towards the center line. Good, and then switch. One more time each side. Left arm up or left hand to a wall or the heart, then the right knee. See if you can come right into it. It's fine to use a strap too. The strap around the right ankle. Good, and switch. Last one. Right arm up and the left knee. Find the center. Find your expression. Little emphasis, see what you have to give. And release. And then you can take big back strokes or that swing side to side. And then coming back to Tadasana. You can be near a wall still with one more balance pose. Come into tree, right foot to left leg. So tree brings everything back to the center. That still point. Arms of your choice. Nice read. Good, Fran. Nice, Barbara. Very good, Debbie. Nice, Monica. Breathing here. Nice, Cheryl. Cactus arms. Good, Jenny. Get a little hidden length out of the sides of the body. Good, AJ. Really spread your toes out on the floor. Try and get rooted through the foot. The best of your ability. And then returning to mountain pose. Coming back to Tadasana, which is like that 0 point, starting point. You'll bring your left foot to your right leg, tree. Now, arms of your choice. Good, and returning to mountain pose. If you went to a wall, you'll come back to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. We're just gonna stay right here. Shake your head, yes and no. Then halfway lift, breathe in. And then step it back to a high plank. Your feet to the back of the mat. And then set your left knee down. You'll spin the right foot flat and open the right arm to the sky. Good, and then from here, you're gonna let the right arm actually pull you up to stand, and you're gonna pivot that left shin behind you. So the left shin will go straight back, right leg's out to the right, and then bring the right hand down the right leg and the left arm up. It's called gate pose. Keep the pelvis neutral, pull the pit of the belly in, yeah. Opening up to that left side, breathing. Good, and then bring your hands all the way back down to the mat, and you'll step it back to high plank or to kneeling, hands and knees. And then you'll set your right knee down, spin the left foot flat, and open that left arm up, side plank. You'll press your hips forward and shoulders back, and expand from the center of the chest out through both arms. Find a spot for your gaze that serves you, that serves your body. You'll let that left arm, that upper arm pull you up. Pivot your right shin behind you, so you have a tripod base. Slide the left hand down the left leg, take the right arm up. It's really this big reach up towards the ceiling. Press your hips forward slightly. Lengthen the tailbone down. Expand into that side of the body, opening that right side. Waist all the way up to the shoulder and the arm. Good, and then let the right arm pull you up. Bring both hands to the mat, high plank. And go ahead and lower yourself all the way down onto your belly. And then just rest. You'll turn a cheek to a side, bring your arms by your side, just rest. Then look down to the mat, bring your arms, palms to face down. For locust, you'll inhale and lift up. So you will lift the arms, lift the legs, spread the fingers and toes, straighten the elbows. Lift a little higher, both ends up higher. And then lower all the way down and turn your other cheek to a side and just rest. Good, and we'll do that again. Look down for locust, palms down, and inhale, up you come. And then lower all the way down. Turn a cheek to a side and just rest. Just pause. Nice read. And then either locust again or floor bow. You can bend the knees, reach back and catch your ankles or your feet. Kick your feet into your hands to rise up, floor bow. Let your shoulders melt towards the back, heart forward, legs active. Good, Cheryl. Good, Jenny. Nice, Kathy. Good flexing of the feet. Good, Fran. Yes, Monica and Debbie. And then lower down and rest. Allow for rest, creating the space for rest. And then one more time, locust or bend the knees, floor bow. Catch the feet or the ankles even. And then kick your feet into your hands to create that rise, that lift. Back body strengthening, front body opening. Yes, Barbara. Arms like taut rope, straight and strong. Kick to lift a little higher. Yes, Pam. And then lower down and rest. Good. Nice, AJ. And bring your hands under your shoulders. And you'll press up to your hands and knees. Good, and then cow and cat 3 times through. Tuck your chin, arch your back, drop your belly, lift your chest. Tuck your chin, arch your back, push the floor away, drop your belly, lift the chest, lift the tail. One more time, cow, cat. And then come to neutral. Pause and take your right leg back, and you can start with the foot on the floor for a moment and then float the right leg up so the heel's in line with the hip and flex the foot and square the hips. Roll the right hip down, pull the pit of the belly in, stretch the left arm forward. Just get long right there. I'm going to pull both shoulders away from the ears and straighten both elbows, like straighten the arms, push the floor away. Now breathe in and exhale, tuck in, curl in, elbow to knee. You're going to curl in and touch. Inhale, extend long. Just one more time. Exhale, curl in, push the floor away, hold. Good, now extend long, stay there. See if you can bend the right knee, reach your left hand back and catch your foot. Just see. Just see, can you catch the foot? There's a balance element. Yeah, pull the belly in, heart forward. Good, extend back to length, right leg back, left arm forward, get long again. And then set the hand and knee to the floor and sit back into child's pose. And in child's pose, you'll walk your hands over to the left and get a bigger stretch along the right side. That's it, good. And then walk your hands back to center, come back up to the hands and knees. 3 rounds of cow and cat, just moving at your own pace, awakening and stretching the spinal muscles and the core, tapping in, spread the fingers, be intentional with the feet. And then come to neutral, stretch your left leg back, ball of the foot to the floor, and then float the leg. It's just a few inches. You want the heel in line with the hip. Yes, Monica. Now zip up the belly, square the hips, and then right arm can lift and reach forward. Yes, Reed, try to straighten the right elbow. Like a lot of your elbows are bent. Yeah, can you straighten that? It's a line of energy. Breathe in. Exhale, curl it in, and you squeeze every drop of air out. Push the floor away, so balancing. Yes, extend out, inhale. It's like you're almost moving in water, like slow motion. And then curl in, exhale, push the floor away, round in. And then extend it out, get as long as you can. And then bend the left knee, reach the right hand back. See if you can catch the foot. Yeah, there's balance. And then don't overarch the back, kind of pull the front ribs in, belly in, but kick. So you're opening the muscles in the chest and the hip flexors. Take one more breath, yes. And then release to length one more time, get long, and then set it down and sit back, child's pose. And this time in child's pose, you'll walk your hands over to the right, the bigger stretch along the left side of the body. Very good. Walk it back to center. Come into downward facing dog or hold child's pose for 5 breaths. You can stretch out the heels, the calves, the backs of the legs. We're staying in child's pose is fine too, just resting your forehead on the floor. Good, and then you'll come onto your back. So you can bring your feet to your hands and then sit down, lay down on your back. We have one more back bend. If you want to take your a block with you to put under the hips, you can do that. And then come on up into bridge or bridge on a block. And check in with your feet. So you want the feet, the ankles under the knees, feet on 12 o'clock, spread your toes out on the mat. You're not gripping or over gripping, or you're not rolling to the edges of the feet. It's just really getting grounded, rooted here. And you're using and discovering the muscles in the lower body, in the legs, the hamstrings, the glutes, the calves. And this isometric hold, and you're kind of resisting gravity. Nice read. Lift a little bit higher if you can. And then you'll slowly lower down, but see if you can just hover 1 inch off the ground. Just hover 1 inch. Not coming to full rest, just hover. And then go back up, bridge. Or if you want to plant your hands for wheel, you can come into wheel pose. Or stay in bridge. The strength and power in the legs, squeeze the knees towards one another and try to really strengthen the muscles around the knee joint. Good, and then you'll release the arms if they're under you. Come down again and hover. We'll do this one more time. Just hover 1 inch off the floor. Hover, hover, hover if you can. Those are the deeper layers of the muscles. And then go back up. Last one. If you want to interlace the hands underneath you and tuck the shoulders under, you can. If you want to just, yeah, arms on the ground, that's fine too. Or plant the palms for a wheel for 3. Last 2, lift a little bit higher. Very good. Now lower all the way down to the mat. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart at the floor. It's called Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclined bound angle pose. You can gently press the feet together, or you can be in full relaxation, whichever feels best in your body. And then draw the knees together and give them a squeeze up onto your chest. Maybe a small rock from side to side. Yeah, happy baby pose is an option right here. You can stay rocking side to side, just massaging the lower back, that rim of the pelvis, back of the body. Slow down your breathing. Good, and then squeeze the knees into the chest. We'll do a little bit of stability work, a little bit of core work. So you can keep the knees at 90 degrees. Bring the hands behind the head and really pull the front ribs down, like zip them together. And then lift the shoulder blades up. And with the upper body, we'll do that circle, 3 circles in one direction. Yeah, good. 2 and 1. And then switch the direction of the circle. The upper body just circles the other way for 3. Keep the knees at 90 degrees. 2 and 1. Good. And then extend the feet to the ceiling. And we'll do the same thing. Legs straight. Circle the upper body for 3. Lifting the shoulder blades for 2 and 1. Keep the lower body stable. Go the other way for 3. Zip the legs together if you can. 2 and 1. And then just lower down, hug the knees into the chest. Squeeze, soften the belly. And then take the legs back up to the sky. Bring the hands down and slide them underneath your hips. And you want the hips to be lifting away from the hands so you get to access low belly. Zip the legs together, legs straight, and circle them. 3. Pick a direction. 2 and 1. And then circle the other way. Lower body, lower abs. 3. Zip the legs together. They're like one leg. 2 and 1. Do that again. Other direction for 3. This is the last one. The circles can get a little bigger. 2. Yes, Jenny. And 1. And then switch. Last one. 3. Really pull the belly down. 2. Access those low abs. And 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Open your arms out wide. Let the knees fall to the left for a simple abdominal twist. And the knees can be stacked. You can hold on to the right knee with the left hand, or they can be staggered. You can slide the right leg back if that feels better, a little bit more opening. Nice, AJ. Really invite your breath in here, all the way in. And all the way out. Come on back to center and we'll take it to the other side. Last one, twisting to the other side. Nice abdominal twist on the left side of the body. Relax the left shoulder. Hold on to the left knee with the right hand if you want. And slowly come back to center, bring your feet flat to the floor, hug the right knee into the chest, extend the left leg out long. Take a hamstring stretch, straighten the right leg and interlace your hands behind the right hamstring, and you press the leg into the hands, the hamstring into the hands. You can flex the foot, you can straighten the leg, pressing the heel towards the ceiling. If you want more, you can begin to slide your hands up the back of the leg to the calf. So avoid the knee because it gives too much slack. You can reach for your foot. You can also put a strap around the ball of the foot if you want. But I find with the hamstrings, when I stretch real deep, I rebound. The next day, I get real stiff and sore. So with my hamstrings, less is way more as far as I'm concerned in my body. Some people can go, deeper and deeper and not have that rebounding effect. But for some reason, my hamstrings, like the more I stretch them, the tighter they get. So I have to go real easy, very light, very gentle, not forcing or willing or wishing them different, just getting to be present. Press the back of the right hip towards the ground. Really breathe. And you can stay there. Or sometimes I like to move a little right to left, or even open it all the way out to the right, getting into the inner thigh muscles, the adductor muscles. You can bend the knee right there, or straight leg. Keeping that left hip glued, left heel glued to the mat. Good read. And bring it back to center for reclined pigeon. So set the left foot flat, cross the right ankle above the left thigh, and then pick the left foot up and interlace your hand behind the left hamstring now, but in order to stretch that right hip. And then you can give a rock or movement or use a wall or a strap. Or I like to cradle. I like to keep the shape, keep the left leg where it is, but cradle the right shin, bringing the right foot into the left elbow crease. That's my favorite way to stretch here. I get so excited. I make a coffee in the morning. I drink one big cup of coffee a day and I bring it with me. And when I pick it up, about now and it's still coffee in it, it's so exciting. It's funny things in life. Those little joys. All right, gently release and you'll take some either frog circles, holding a knee in each hand, or windshield wipers, or just let the feet rest and knees knock together. You can be in stillness or just gentle movement here. We'll begin to make our way to that really fun hamstring stretch on the left. Draw the left knee in, straighten the right leg out. And then you can interlace your hands behind the left hamstring or put a strap around the ball of the foot. Good. And then straighten the leg. So left heel presses up towards the ceiling, and the left hip, you want it to stay in the motion of pressing towards the floor. And that'll really give you the most length without having to, pull or do a lot. And if you want, you can slide your hands to the calf, good Kathy and Jenny, or to the foot, or strap, nice Pam, really good. And then tune into the leg on the floor, the right leg on the floor. See if you can keep your foot at 12 o'clock. So if every pose is a variation of mountain pose, I want to see how far we vary from mountain pose even here. So I'm going to try to keep the feet on 12 o'clock, pelvis neutral, head in line with the spine, right, shoulders moving back, heart space is open and expansive. So the breath can be more free. And you can stay here or hold the left leg in the left hand and open it out to the left somewhere. You might even put a block under the hip to support it, or a bolster is good, or bend the knee. Good, yes. Nice, Debbie. Keep that right leg intentional, right? That's the one that's going to anchor you. As you move something away from the body, it's like you're moving and you're focusing on that, but you're also focusing on where you're moving from, not just to. So you're moving from, center, from the ground. And Then come back up to center for reclined pigeon. Bend the right knee, set the foot flat, cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Pick the right foot up and draw in. Or if it's better to have your right foot on a wall or the floor or block is great. Or cradling that left leg, bringing the left foot into the right elbow crease. Notice if you're holding your breath. I just was. Really invite your breath in just softly but deeply. I know for me, I tend to hold my breath when I don't want to feel something. Whether it's joy or sadness. It's the same for me. I hold my breath. It's like trying to keep from feeling too much in any direction. I don't know, it's self-preservation, or someone told me I was too much at one point in my life. So I have that recall, that energetic and physical kind of remembering, but I know it doesn't serve me. Now that I know, like with this new awareness, and I know what serves me is actually feeling what it is I need to feel so I can move through it. Otherwise, I get stuck, endlessly stuck. So right here, this is an opportunity. These poses are in a part of the practice called opening. It's opening to like letting go, to feeling, to opening to possibility, opening to something new, opening to what is, right? Just being with what is. All right, gently release, and you can take frog circles at the knees or windshield wipers or feet flat, knees together, just stillness. Good, and then roll yourself over to a comfortable side and press up to seated. So be coming to sitting in the middle of the mat, however you want to get there. Good, and stretch both legs out in front. And then you're going to bend the right knee and pull the foot back towards the pelvis. Yeah, good. And then you can keep the foot there, or you can cross it out over the left leg. Either one. It can be on the inside or the outside. And then you're going to take a twist to the right. So the right hand will go behind the back. And you can, I like to just hug the knee into my chest so it's more of a hip stretch. But you can also bring your elbow outside the right knee. Left elbow outside to make it more of an abdominal or spinal twist. But remembering with the spinal twists, you want length. So it's about really lifting and elevating up to the crown of the head before you begin to twist. Take one more breath here. And then slowly unwind, and you'll bring your right foot to the inner left thigh, and then walk yourself forward over the left leg. Just see where you can go. And if you want a strap around the foot, you can put a strap around the sole of the foot. Want to lengthen as you inhale, gently fold as you exhale. And then inhale, come on up, extend both legs out in front, and you'll switch. So you'll bend the left knee, and foot can be to the inside or the outside of the right foot, and you'll twist to the left. So you can hug the knee in, wrapping the elbow around it, or hook it to the outside to get more of a spinal twist or abdominal twist. Draw the jawbone back towards the neck. Really find length from the ground. So you press down to lift higher. Then you revolve maybe an inch farther. Good, then slowly unwind. Bring your left foot to the inner right thigh and start to lengthen forward over the right leg. So there's a little now twist to the opposite direction. You're actually rolling the right lungs towards the left leg, or sorry, left lungs towards the right leg. Lengthen the front of the body, lengthen the back of the body. Breathe here. And slowly come on up. Extend both legs straight out in front. You might walk the sitting bones back a little bit. Reach up, inhale, and hinge forward, our final forward fold here. And then come on up slowly. You'll bring your hands behind you for reverse tabletop. So fingers face forward, bend the knees, feet flat. And you can just press the shoulders back and stay here, hips on the ground, or you can lift a little bit, or you can lift the hips up so the pelvis is in line with the knees, and then drop the head back if that feels okay. Find the strength from the ground. Pull the thumbs towards each other. Without lifting the head, you drop the hips first, then the chest and head come up. Straighten the legs, come down on your back. You can bring a block with you for hips on a block, or you can take a shoulder stand. You can slide the block under the pelvis so that hips rest on it, and then feet lift up towards the ceiling. Just relax the arms. Stay for another breath or two. You can bend your knees and carefully set your feet flat to the floor, slide the block out from underneath you. And you can either bring the soles of the feet together, knees apart, Supta Baddha Konasana, or if you'd like to take a spinal twist, do a supine twist, you can take a twist. So you have about a minute or so to do whatever your body is needing before Shavasana. Or if you want to put socks on or grab a blanket or put a bolster under your knees, that's always nice to do, or a pillow under your head. And you'll just go ahead and make your way into Shavasana, into rest.
Took my love, took it down. I climbed a mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Oh, I'm getting older too. Take my love, take it down. Climb a mountain and turn around. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, where the landslide bring it down. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, the landslide bring it down.
to bring your awareness back to your breath. You can start to wiggle your fingers and toes or stretch or move your body in any way that it wants. And then bend your knees and carefully roll to a comfortable side. Gently press yourself up to a seated posture. And touch the palms of your hands together. And bring your thumbs to your heart space. And let's end with, or close our practice with the sound of Om. Breathe in. Lift your thumbs up to your forehead center. Namaste. Have an amazing day. Happy Monday. So nice to be with you. Thank you so much. Please, if you have questions, direct them my way.